Hey, we are back, and this is like an awesome honor to do this with Gianna Caputo. Never met this little girl before. It's an honor to be with her right now. Um, I love sports, man, and I love physical sports. Like, I'm an old ball coach, all right? And they started a wrestling program, and I had buddies that were really heavily involved in it this year. I'm wearing the wrestling gear by Coach Lowry. He hooked me up, and you're the star of the show tonight to me because you were able. Number one, it's the first year going on, and it's a male-dominated sport for the most part. More girls are getting involved, no doubt, more than ever. But you're like you came out and you like had a great year, and you were like the talk of a lot of tables that I was around this year, and I talked to a lot of dudes in town, and there's like this little Caputo girl was like, no, for real, was like, wow, you should see her. She wrestles hard, she's fierce, and they had nothing but great things to say to you. Did you have a wonderful time?
I had an amazing time, honestly. Like
Yeah,
I really love wrestling,
yeah,
and I'm so happy that my school started a program because if they started it next year, I would have been a senior, and
yeah.
that would have been my first and last year, and it would have been a happy experience because I would have gotten to partake in it, but also a sad experience because I now I
You
love it
learned
so
so
much.
much in one year,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Like, what did you ever wrestle before?
I never wrestled before, but I did do karate. I'm a black belt in karate.
So you're like the Karate Kid,
Oh yeah.
and you went out there and decided Cobra Kai 'em.
Oh yeah.
So you never wrestled before, but when they started the program, what intrigued you to do that?
I was I'm actually not sure. I kind of was just like, I got to give it a shot. Like I have to. Like if I don't like it, I don't have to do it, but like it's a physical sport that like I'm well, wrestling and karate are different, but like I'm sort of familiar with it. Like
Yeah,
it couldn't hurt to give it a shot.
the combat.
Oh yeah.
That is
That's
crazy. Like, because you see you and you're so unassuming, you're like a pretty little thing, and then you come up here and then it's like I've watched you wrestle and I go, oh my god, you really go after it, and it's a real. You have a real competitive streak in you. What is the difference you feel when it comes to being a part of a team sport opposed to the wrestling, the individual?
being a part of a team sport. I love being a part of team sports. Like it's like I love because I used to do softball and
Sure.
volleyball, and like I love being there with my teammates, like being by their side and helping them and myself to get to this goal. But compared to like solo, I do like it. I trying to think of what to say.
No, it's all good. No, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
um, what was the question again?
Well, just when you start going from a team sport to an individual sport, I guess there's some different aspects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I guess what amazes me about track and wrestling is you're not relying on others as much. You have to rely on,
Yourself.
and it's tough because all eyes are.
On you. Oh
And
yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's just, I love team sports. I'm a team guy all the way, but I'm amazed by the individual guts that go along with individual sports.
Oh yeah.
And I know you're trying to get points for the team, but you're out there in the gladiatorial situation by
Oh yeah.
yourself. And what 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 was it about, I guess, motivated you this year to be like that? I mean, because you really wrestled hard.
It was like I can't give up. Like I have to do this for myself because I love this sport, and it's I'm not 100% what gave me so much determination, but that determination of making myself proud, I'd say, really just it pushed me to go as far as I did.
Were you externally motivated more or intrinsically, I guess? Was there other people pushing you as hard, or was it yourself?
More on myself. Like my mom would encourage me, like,
Sure.
you're gonna rip this guy's head off, like, you're
This
gonna
is
go
so
at
fun.
it. But like my dad would encourage me too, saying like even after matches that I lost, like I'm so proud of you, like you did everything you could, and that motivation of from my parents,
Sure.
it would stay in my head, and I would try to motivate like myself of like you can do this, like you're not going to give up, you're going to take this shot, and if you miss, you react to it. It's not the end of the world.
When I grew up, I thought Hulk Hogan, I thought it is real. WWF, WWE. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage are still my heroes. Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker. And then I started watching real wrestling. The combat of high school, the real combat of it. And so different than the I don't want to say fake, but the stage wrestling, right? Um, do I get to expect to see you in a Macho Man uniform next year with streamers
Oh, no
and a
doubt.
hat,
Oh
or a
yeah.
Hulk Hogan Caputo Mania, and you could rip it off before you wrestle
Oh,
and start flexing and stuff like that?
oh yeah, no doubt, no
You
doubt.
made it to the regions this year.
Yes.
You're the only one to make it there, right?
Hmm.
How was? I mean, I'm just a real dude. How was that? Hey, they started the sport. I'm a female in combat in a gladiatorial situation, and I'm the one that made it. And the boys, I know the boys had some really tough guys. I know that and that's going to grow. And I think you need to do this for a minute to have success. That's why I'm really slack jawed. Like, wow, she did this, and it has nothing to do with your unassuming size, and it's
Yeah.
just for someone to come out and do that, and then, hey, it's awesome for me because the little girl did it and she beat everybody and she was the one that advanced, and that is awesome. That's like a great American story. How awesome was it for you to do that? Like,
It was, oh my God, when it happened, like I started crying
yeah,
because I I was actually, I'm pretty sure at least, the like the least ranked person in my pool. I was 1 in 22 of like I won one match because I was up against guys like most of the season,
yeah.
and it was like,
Did you go against a lot of guys?
oh yeah. I out of the 37 people that I faced, 7 of them were girls. No, not 37. 31 people I faced. 7 of them were girls.
I don't want to be your coach next year. I want to be your ring manager. I want to come out with like a tall hat and a cane maybe, and then come out and like mock the other people. And then when you come out and wrestle them, you know what I mean? I'll use a bell or a belt or something, and I'll come out. Well, that's not the real part of it. No, hey, dude, I do want to tell you this, and I'm serious when I say this. Of everybody that's being honored today, and I mean this when I say this, I've coached a long time, a lot of kids, saw a lot of gut-wrenching performances, inspiring performances. To watch them start a program this year, one that's long overdue, because I know how some people are when you start a new program. We're a small school, we don't have room for this. I think wrestling is one of the best things you could possibly do, because there's only so many kids that can play basketball, and then everybody else, they go to the weight room or they go hang out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think wrestling is awesome. It's such a character builder, um, and I think that is so awesome what you did this year. And you represented the school,
Thank you.
you represented your family, you represented the community, you represented yourself. And I know that great things to come next year from you, but you're like the star of the show as far as I'm concerned today. So look in the camera and give them an "oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. High five. I'm proud of you. Everybody's proud of you. And we'll talk to you here soon, man. We'll be talking soon, man. It was an honor to meet you.
Thank
I
you.
never met you
Honored to meet you
before,
too.
but I had opportunities to watch you, and man, you're great, dude. Hey,
Thank you.
for real, you're great. God bless you. I'll talk to you.
Thank you.
Hey, Gianna Caputo, American legend, Middle Ridge hero.